All right, guys. So I wanted to go over our heavy series today. So we got heavy from the left hash, heavy from the right hash. This formation is going to be a formation where the Y is going to get his hand up off the ground. And he's going to come to the backfield, right? So we get the Y off the line of scrimmage into an H back position. We put the H in the pistol, and we put the R in the veer to the boundary, right? So we get 1 to the boundary on the numbers. We get 2 to the field. You'll see I have it written up where he is in between the hash and the numbers, and then there's one play where he's on the hash. And this is kind of like our smash mouth triple option hit you in the face offense. So just a little example of that here. Or we want to get a little downhill, right? This could be a short yardage play. So here we have heavy left.
This could be a first down.
Left
we just want to
hash.
set the tone after a turnover or something like that. This could be a goal line play for us. So this is going to be twins right. We'd have tight end here. Now this backside, we'd have twins to the field. Or excuse me, we'd have 1 by 1. We get the sniffer back, our Y. This is our physical guy that's coming downhill. That's going to be our ISO guy on this. We have our running back here who's running the flare coming this way. We have the downhill coming here behind the ISO. So this is our H, our bigger running back, tight end build. So we get him going on a cold triple here. So we go zone to the left. We get a filler here. We get a rhino. So we got our rhino coming down through lead blocking. We get the downhill behind the rhino lead. And then we get the flare. So we have quarterback run. We have flare. We have the downhill rhino. So it goes rhino red, quarterback blue, flare green. Let's watch it.
Really good look at it against here in Texas State.
We get primary read, sits.
Marking. What's interesting is they have almost like it's like a ISO almost as well. So it looks like we're down here, down to him, and then I'm not coming out. I'm gonna be coming to ISO on this backer. We have an arc here. So if he widens, right, now I'm given the ball to dive in a huge hole with a lead blocker. He squeezes a little bit. Well, now I can just pull it. And I'll go ahead and pitch that, get the ball in hand. And also you see again, we're going to bypass the corner to the safety, and now my tackle is going to come out here and get the corner. Really cool wrinkle, but running like ice.
So that is heavy, right? That's the heavy look, and that is the triple rhino play, right? So that is drawn up like this, right? If it's on this hash, this guy's going to be on the hash, this guy's on the numbers, and we read that end. So the tackle is going to arc out to lead, and we're going to read the end on the rhino. End squeezes, we pull as the quarterback, and we pitch off this linebacker. So tackle, you got to get on your horse and get out there to that corner. And that's why we're going to put the 2 on the hash instead of the numbers, because it allows you as the tackle to have more a shorter path to get out to the corner. And so we're dive read here on the end, pitch read here on that outside linebacker. So that's our first play in the heavy series, right? Now we can come back the other way and run a load option. So now our roles flip, right? So where the running back was running the flare to the field, Now he's running the dive into the field. So this is hot triple. We get hot inside zone blocking rules to the right here. Right, same thing. Receivers are bypassing corners, trying to go pick up safeties. And now instead of the tackle arc blocking, we get the Y arc blocking out here to the edge defender. It's usually going to be the corner. Right, so we have the dive read here off the end and the pitch read here off this outside linebacker. That's play 2 in the heavy option series. And then got to have a play action, right? And here we get that play action that's built off the rhino look, and we go post to flare to crosser. So it's written up. You'll see here on your band, right? If I say whatever play number this is, it could be like 52, and I say 52 blue, right? We are running it, and I want you to throw the R wheel or the R running that flare, right? If I want you to throw the post, I'll say red, right? So we got 70 max protection here. We should have a lot of time to get this ball down the field. Now, receiver, if you get a 1 high look here, you got 1 high safety, make this a skinny post. Against 1 high, this is a skinny post. Against 2 high, you can make it a regular post. But this is like we are trying to get out here. Stretch the defense. So, right, we got this corner and safety. If they bail, easy dump down to the flare. That linebacker is not going to be our running back to the edge, especially to the field. All right. Now the other side of the heavy series, right hash. So this is that inverse one. This is the load, right? We get the load coming from the Y, kicking out the corner. We read backside end and outside linebacker. The 1 goes and picks up the safety. And we go inside zone read to the left. We pull, we go speed option to the right. Right, so it's inside zone read. If we're pulling, we got the flare coming from the H-back into the boundary. Right, and this guy's pretty close to this Y, so we can go kick him out. Here's the rhino triple the other way. And we saw Coastal Carolina running, right? We get the ISO lead. We get an arc block here. We'll change this. This will be an arc block to the corner. I don't like it like it's drawn up right now. This guy will arc out to the corner, and you'll see that on your card. And then we're pitching off this outside linebacker, right? So he's really going to keep this tight around the double team and lead, right? And we're trying to read this guy. If this guy crashes, we pull, we get the arc out onto the corner, we can get it out to the flare. Same thing as the pass game, right? So if I call this play, we call this play, and this is play 47, right? Hot rhino triple. We're running hot. That's the line blocking to the right. We got the rhino coming. And I say red, I want you to give the lead. If I say green, I want you to throw the pitch. Or I might just let you make the read as the quarterback, right? And then we have our play action off the other side. And that would be, remember, this guy's on the hash. He's not out on the numbers. I drew it up and I looked at some stuff. I changed it, right? So he's going to be on the hash. He's on the numbers, and we're into this boundary. This is our boundary side. This is our field side, right? So on your card, too, it says 2, and it says field hash, right? You have boundary numbers. You have, it'll say sniffing right tackle, right? So we get that same rhino look, play action, and we read this backside safety. So if it's 1 high, it's the 1 safety. If there's 2 high, it's the backside boundary safety. And so with this receiver, you want to run your dig, but you want to push it to engage this safety, right? You're kind of like the one that's going to pull him up. And if he's here, he's really running this over here. So we read the safety. He plays up, we're going to throw the bomb down the field. This is a shot for us. Again, we get 70 max protection, so we should have some time. The safety bails, we should have a pretty easy completion to the dig, right? Who's pushed in, pushed to 12 yards, dug, right? He's running like a climb route, right? So I want him to weave his way in and out the top of the defense over this hash. And then we can always check down to the flare, right? So I might tell a coach that's up in the box. We might tell a coach that's up in the box to, hey, look at the flare on this play, right? So I want you to run your route hard, even though you're not the primary target. Because if you run your route hard and we have a coach looking at you and it says, yo, that flare was wide open last time, we can circle this play and come back to it later in the game with a green call, right? So that is our heavy series.